What's good, fam? Welcome back to another episode of I Just Want to Talk with Vinny Van Patten. That is I. Today, going to be talking about how sometimes in life, the thing that we want, thing that we think is going to make us happy, is often not out there. It's not just waiting for us. We have to create it ourselves. We have to make it ourselves. We have to design our own reality. And it's difficult, but that journey gives our lives, I think, more meaning than anything else. And it's what a lot of us are missing. A lot of young people are looking for meaning and purpose. And what I've found in life is that it's the hard things that matter to us that give us the most meaning and purpose. And I'll get into that all in just a bit. But first, I'll lay it out as I love to do. What's been going on in my life recently, what I've been up to. I'm here in New York. It's a nice sunny Tuesday. Quite frigid outside, but beautiful sunny day. I am a month in to moving to New York and living here, and man, it has been such a ride so far. I'm in Chinatown and I go outside and I walk around, and first I just open the door and I'm greeted by a line down the block because there's like this famous Chinese restaurant literally at the bottom of my building. And it's hilarious. Like, just every time I come home or leave, I just face to face with this line of people, and it looks like I'm coming out of the shop. It's pretty hilarious. And I love just being right in the thick of it, in the heart of the action. I'm really happy that I decided to live in Manhattan, to just be in the energy, because my favorite thing to do is just leave my apartment and just start walking. Could go for miles and miles. I just love being around people and seeing faces and just being in the energy and just watching people. And it's like that sort of meditative state that's when we're doing something where the ideas come. It's like often in the shower or washing dishes or working out or just walking, being amongst people. When you're in like a flow state, or just when you're doing something that's you don't have to think about, it lets your mind think about other things. So I love just walking and sitting on a bench, just watching life go by. And New York is just so cool. Like I feel like I'm truly meant to be here. I love just being in a vibrant city where I don't have to have a car. There's so much going on. There's so much energy and color and just people in all walks of life. I need to be around diversity and culture, and like, just, it feeds my soul. It makes me happy. So I'm so happy that I came here. I'm doing this. And, it hasn't just been easy. It hasn't been an easy, smooth sailing ride. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. And that's what I want to talk about today. Like, I came to New York wanting to find a job kind of in writing, like in publishing or as an editor or for a magazine or something. And it's really freaking hard. Like, I'm searching and I just find myself staring at this abyss of a job board. I'm like, how is this actually gonna work? Like, I send my resume and I'm one of hundreds who are sending their resume in to be an editor for a magazine in New York. Like, I'm obviously not the only one doing that. And on paper, I don't know if I'm the strongest candidate because I haven't had professional experience in the writing world. I've only created my own stuff. I haven't worked under an editor or anything. So that will lead me into the topic of today's discussion, that sometimes, often in what's happened in my life, is that we have to create our own reality. And the older that I get, I feel like I'm kind of becoming more confident in the fact that I can and have to do this. I'm kind of hitting a tipping point, and especially being here in such a creative place, like I'm incredibly inspired that actually I can do this. So it's like, in one sense, I came in New York like, oh, there's so much more opportunity. There's so many more jobs. There's more stuff in the writing world and stuff. But then I'm just like, everybody's going for the same thing as I am. How am I going to actually stand out? And I feel like it's only going to be through connections that something's actually going to, happen. And what I'm kind of deciding to do is, making connections and meeting up with people. I'm having coffee, lunch, like, meeting people for coffee and seeing what comes of it, and just using my network to try to figure out how to get my foot into the door of this world. But I'm also just realizing, like, I think I got to do it myself. 30 years old, now is the fucking time to take a chance, to bet on myself. I've done that over the years by writing books and just doing my own newsletter and everything, but I want to make something. And I talked to my best buddy, Greg, a couple nights ago when I was feeling really, or last night, I was feeling really overwhelmed. Usually happens on Monday. I had a fun weekend and then I come back to the drawing board, if you will. Okay, time to find a job. And I'm trying to do 5 things at once, not to mention just like settling in here. And I kind of had all or nothing thinking where I'm like, I gotta like stop drinking and just like dedicate myself. I mean, pretty much like stop having fun and just like focus on this. And he's like, well, would you feel this way if it was Monday and you were making money by doing what you love? So I was like, I just don't know how I'm gonna make money. Like I'm burning through cash here. It's expensive. And I need to find a job quick and stuff. And he's like, let's go through this. Where like, what would it look like on a Monday if you loved what you're doing and you're making money from it? And it sparked this idea in me that I just walked through with him of like, I would be so psyched on Monday morning. I come into, oh, excuse me. Clear my throat there. Monday morning, 9 a.m., I show up at this little creative agency something that I'm building. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people there. They're all like-minded people as me. Different, but like, we're on a similar mission. We're there to build something. We're there to create beautiful things. And we get coffee going together at 9 a.m., get some good coffee, and instead of just being like, we're just grinding at all times, now it's like, we all had fun over the weekend. I went to a show in Brooklyn. Somebody else went upstate to New York, like upstate, and went out into the woods and did some camping or something. Somebody else had friends and family in town, or, we all just did different things. We talk about our weekend and we casually get to work, and we're on a common mission. And I just have this calling to make a magazine. It seems like the place where all of my interests and passions could come together, which are like writing, design, it's like magazine design and layout, print production, like creating physical, beautiful things. So like quality of paper and just how it feels, I love like a good quality magazine or a book that fires me up. Making connections, like having a party for the launch of each volume and like being part of the community. Like I want to learn about all that stuff and I want to create that. And then I thought, it's not just a magazine, it's a creative agency. So we have our own publication. We do a print magazine and digital, but then we also help brands kind of tell their own story, and we can write for them. We write articles for them to feature on their own websites, or we feature them in our magazine. So we do like brand storytelling. We help with that. And yeah, we kind of just work with brands to gain exposure and to tell their story because we're creatives, we're designers, we're writers, photographers, and it's a total immersive experience of writing and bringing culture and people and ideas together. And I've had this idea for some time now of calling it Always Almost Home. Always Almost Home. And what does that mean? Well, I've continued to travel and move different places in my life because I feel like I have this curiosity and this desire to experience new places and to experience not just traveling there, but to live there. So the publication and the agency is based around that curiosity and that kind of global perspective of there's not just one place that's home for me. It's the places that I've been, the places that I want to go, and it's bringing the places I've been and the people I've met and the places I've seen together. Those places are all a part of me, and people who have been, driven from their homes or they felt like they weren't home in the places they're from and they had to find their own community elsewhere. And it's this idea of being always kind of almost there. You're almost home. It's a desire, it's a longing to find community and connection. And, I want to create a beautiful platform that tells those kind of stories. And I just like the way it sounds. I think it encompasses a lot of cool things. I love the concept of home because I love like interior design and just the aesthetics of place and bringing different cultures and ideas and colors and things together in a physical, in a room, in a place. So it's kind of these different things where it's about home and finding home and creating home. And so talked to Greg last night and that's my dream. Monday morning, it's raining like it was pouring rain yesterday. I come into my little agency, I got my homies there. We're all excited to be back on Monday to get back to the grind and to do our thing, to create, just to create. I know I'm on this earth to create. And I spent a decade trying to figure out how to make a living from it. I'm probably going to spend another decade continuing to try to figure that out, but I've never stopped creating. And I feel like this is actually a way to bring other people in on my mission, to collaborate, to help people, and to make a living from it. And if I was doing that, and that's my Monday, like the way that I feel right now, if I feel this way right now because I've had a very productive day where I worked on my newsletter in the morning and then I worked on this idea for the magazine. I trademarked or applied for a trademark for Always Almost Home. And that just fired me up. I was like, wow, this feels like Shoe Dog or something where, Phil Knight, Nike, he starts the journey of creating his business, his brand. I'm 30 and this feels like it's happening for a reason. And I'm in New York for a reason, in the Lower East Side for a reason. This is kind of the mecca of like creativity and indie mags and cool shit, cool people. I feel like this is my place to do this thing and go for the dream because a lot of times, like there's just this sort of illusory idea or dream. We don't know how to make it a reality. Like, how do I find the right job? Like, I'm just so tired of the LinkedIn grind and like just the fake bullshit of all of it. It's so fake to me. I'm not equipped for that world. I don't relate to it. I hate acting like somebody I'm not. Just the AI bullshit and like all that. Like, I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to be a part of it. I got to build this thing myself. I got to go for my dream. If that means I got to work at a coffee shop again here to make money while I'm pursuing my passion and my dream, then so be it. But I'm going to work on this thing. I'm going to continue working on my book about Japan. I'm taking that a little slower right now because I'm spinning several plates. I'm gonna be working on this. I think the next step for this is to create just the next volume of my magazine. The first volume was volume one of my magazine was Citoyen du Monde, Citizens of the World, which I had so much fun making. It's freaking awesome. And I put it on Amazon and sold it at Tokyo Zine Fest. Made it in Japan. But the name might be a little, it's it's not quite as simple as Always Almost Home. It's considering it's in French for starters. This was volume one. So I think next is to make volume two, which will be Always Almost Home. And this one, volume one, the theme was dust, desert, and space. The next one's going to focus on the last three places I've lived: Oakland, LA, and now New York. It's felt like I'm on this mission to find what home means to me. And that brings up another thing where it's like, when you don't fit into the mold, you have to create it yourself, which is, I haven't been able to find what is home. And I've grappled with, like, when I had a girlfriend and I felt like Oakland was the place I would be settling down for a while, but then I felt like, is this really where I want to be for a while? Like, I love it. It's a really cool town, but it did feel a little small, and like I was like pushing against its walls even. And just this notion of like, am I wasting time by moving to different places without setting down roots somewhere? Like, people say you got to find the place where you want to be and you start making community and stuff. But then I've been like, I don't know where that is. I don't know where I'm going to live forever. I want to keep experiencing different places. And that's kind of the lifestyle that I've chosen. I do think it will be New York for a while. For sure. I really love it more than I've loved any place I've lived. Japan was just so different, but New York is like, I could truly build a life here and create something. So it's this idea of, when you can't find where you're meant to fit in this world, you got to create your own lane. You got to build it yourself. And that will give your life meaning, no matter what anybody else says. No matter if people don't believe in you or understand your mission, when you have a vision and you take steps towards it, each one is all that matters. It's easy to get caught up and be like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I see there's this end goal. And like, for me, it's like having this agency where I have 10 people, and we're employees, and we're good friends, and we're building something, we're making money, whatnot. Like, how the hell am I going to get there? Take one step at a time. Apply for the trademark. Did that this morning. That was a big old win, baby. It was sick. Next up, make the magazine. Have something to show people. And it won't matter. Like, getting to the end isn't even the fun part. The fun part is every single step that you take on the way to get there. It's the energy that I feel right now, the excitement and the joy that I'm sure you could hear. It's finishing the magazine for the first time and then being like, wow, now where can I go? Where am I going to have a little party for this or something? Like, every step is the only step that matters. And all you got to do is take that first step, and then the next, and then the next. And that's the adventure of life. That's the creative adventure. That's the journey that I love and that I crave, is building things that I care about and that I love and believe in. It will give you confidence in yourself to know that you're doing what you want to do in this life, no matter how it looks to other people or how it looks on paper. to know that you're living your truth as opposed to the mold that we're supposed to fit in. It gives you such profound satisfaction. I guarantee it. I stand by that. I get up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. because I'm just excited to get back to the things that I love to do, which is creating. You know? It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Trying to figure all this shit out, even knowing what we want to do. I was in tears last night. I was crying to my buddy. 'Cause I felt like that I'm not validated as a writer, as a creator, because I haven't gotten paid for what I do and what I've created in the last 10 years. And I'm like, I need a job because money will validate me, you know? I'll finally feel like I made it. And then I'm looking for these jobs that I think are going to make me happy, like editorial assistant for the New Yorker or something. And I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, is that what I actually want? I imagine being in that job and just being like, this fucking sucks. Back in like the corporate world. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's just a cop out saying I'm not made for it, but I don't think I am. I think I have a vision and it's going to take believing in myself for long enough until I finally get there for others to see it too. But I believe in myself and I got people who believe in me. So lucky to have best friends and family that back me and love me and believe in me. It's truly incredible. And I think this is why we're here. To find whatever idea lights us up and to follow it into the darkness. To wade through that sticky terrain, making mistakes and doubting ourselves and just fucking plowing on in any way we can. And then we look back and say, fuck, I did it. I tried. I fucking tried. I followed my heart. Maybe I didn't make money for 30 years. But god damn, it wasn't an adventure. Mysterious adventure trying to figure out how to live, you know, instead of just going to a job where you're making money, but your soul is bereft. Surviving. Just surviving. Or digging. Digging deep within ourselves to see what we're made of. And you know, I think about the people who have done this kind of thing. Adrian Bianco, who was one of my greatest inspirations, who created pretty much a creative agency in Japan, this German dude. And I asked him if there was any jobs for me when I was out there and like writing or anything. And just really cool guy, we had a nice correspondence. And, you know, he built something and it's taken many years to get to where he is. And I'm sure he still feels like he hasn't made it. But from the outside in, it's fucking incredible what he's built. I'm sure every step along the way fired him up so much. It's the incremental wisdom. incremental confidence you get from building something that you believe in, from seeing a dream become reality. I'm living my dream now. I'm walking around. I'm like, this was a dream. It's the same way I felt in Japan. And I just haven't overthought the things that I want to do. When I want to do something, I just do it. I take the first step. Okay, I want to move to New York. Let's find a place. And you just dive in, take it slow and easy. You see what happens, but you just keep moving forward. And things happen. You'll look back and be amazed at what you've accomplished if you have the courage to try. I believe in you. I fucking believe in you. Let's go. Fire me up. Let's build some shit. Fuck all the modern dickwads saying it's all about just making money, getting girls. That's bullshit. Young men, you want meaning in your life? Follow your heart. Go where it tells you to go. Have some courage. An adventure. That's what we're destined for. That's what we're made for. Have some fucking courage. I believe in you. I'm scared too. I'm afraid all the time of 5 years go by, 10 years, 15, I'm in the same place. I'm in lower moods. It freaks me out. Like, what am I doing? I have no clue. Like yesterday, it's kind of a rough one. Then I get up, I have an idea and I run with it, and everything changes. It doesn't matter what things are going to be like in 5 years. Got today. I'm just trying to take one step at a time, one day at a time. I'm here. I made it. I'm ready to build something. So let's go. If you're listening, I love you. Even if you're not listening, I love you. Whoever you are, we got this. This is why we're alive. Let's go, fam.